Hi guys, I'm your host Keyblade Kyrie 2010. So it's been about 5 months since I got my braces done, and I wanted to do an update video on the whole situation of me eating things, how things are going, and don't mind my wonderful background of Final Fantasy VII Remake. I actually took that photo in game. But besides that, because I know it's gonna be like, what's the background? So, anyways, got that out of the way. But, okay, so, and the wonderful Keyblades and Kingdom Hearts and Devil May Cry on my side, whatever. But, back onto the topic of braces. So, 5 months have been gone. I talked about my first experiences, what they did. In the first video, I talked about how I was in a lot of, like, the first few hours of having it, or having my braces on, it didn't really bother me, and then about 2-3 hours after the whole procedure of putting them in was done, I started feeling it. I talked about, how to take care of them with the wax and stuff like that. I talked about how upset I was and how much I hated myself for actually doing this to myself. But after 5 months and coming back and rewatching that video and just feeling really sad for myself just a little bit, is kind of funny to hear those moments and whatnot. Because it is worth it in the end. It really is. I mean, I still have them on. But it's an interesting little tale. So this will be part 2 of my braces experience. If you missed out on the first one and whatnot, go and check out the first video. I think I'm going to make a playlist of it, so that way it's easier to find, because it's better to find them in playlists. But it's only like 5 months old. So, within the 5 months and whatnot, as you can hear, my slur is gone. And the reason for that is because I decided to do a no-no that is on my list of things of not to eat. Shame on me. One of the things that I did that was on my list of things that you shouldn't be eating is chips. I still eat chips, but I'm a bit more careful about it now. Like, I let it kind of, let my saliva do the work, basically, instead of, like, chewing on things. So I can get away with a lot of eating things. I just have to be careful. Obviously, no gum. Duh, that's common sense. They'll get stuck in there and all that. Nothing hard. Like, they don't want you biting into hard things, which is understandable, because if you bit into something hard, you're gonna get these lovelies cracked. But I can say, I'm gonna demonstrate. Remember the chicken nugget story? My friend actually tearing apart these lovely things just so I can eat. Well, I'm pleased to say that I can eat them. Or I might keep it in, who knows. Usually I have a straw, but today I'm being lazy and not having a straw. The other thing I hate, the other, like, I can eat now, I'm fine. And the reason for that is because of the fact that the piece that was behind my tooth, to prevent me from actually biting down on my lower bracket, god dang it, and all that, is gone. That is why my slur is gone. That is why I'm not having problems with eating than I did in the beginning. I still have one. It's just right here. So they put 2 of them in, and I don't really want you to look inside my mouth. I'm sure it's gross, and I just ate a chicken nugget. I don't think you want to see that. But it's a cap about this big that they hit right here. So there's one here, and they had one right here. Well, since I bit into a chip, and the chip got stuck behind that middle one, it popped it out. It didn't hurt or anything. It was just a kind of like, I don't know how to explain it. It just felt like something popped out of my mouth, you know, and I quickly had to spit the whole entire thing in my hand because of the fact that that piece is hard as a rock, and if I were to bite into it, oh my gosh, it would be painful. So I had to spit the whole thing out and fish it out, which was gross. I think that was like about I still have it. I know you're gonna think this is gross, but it's actually not gross at all. That was actually, I want to say 3 months into me having it, but there it is. It looks like a tooth, but it's not really. It's just just stuff that they put. That was actually in my mouth, and it was a piece that just popped off. Can't really see it very well, but it's just a mold piece, and it's hard as a rock, and that's where it was molded to the back of my tooth, right there. Jesus, like, it's really hard to show. But, yeah, I can't believe I still have it. I think somebody tossed it in there as, like, a piece missing or something, but now I'm gonna throw it away after showing that. Now that wasn't sure if it was still in there because I did some cleaning, but I bet you somebody thought it was a piece to something and they tossed it in there. But I remember it getting tossed in there, but I didn't know if it was still in there because I recently did a deep cleaning of the house and got rid of, like, a bunch of stuff. But nope, it was still in there. So that's gonna get thrown away now. I know it's gross. I'm so sorry you had to see that. But yeah, that one popped out, and the other one is still in. I went and had my checkup before this crap hit the fan with the corona shit. But anyways, before that happened, I got my new wire in and whatnot, so it made everything a little bit more tighter again and whatnot. I will say, after getting my first wire change, it was okay. It was not very comfortable again. The next day I was hurting again, but it's just the process, and it's not like a severe pain. Like, I think personally in my first video I was over exaggerating. It's not like severe. It's more like a small headache or a small pain in your mouth. It's not ridiculous. It can get ridiculously painful if you do not take something within a certain amount of time. I mean, that's the same thing with headaches. It just keeps getting worse and worse and worse until you just can't bear it. It's not that bad. It really isn't. And a lot of people have come to me through Facebook, through TikTok, through Instagram, and they've talked to me about, gee, thanks, now I don't want to get braces. And I'm all sitting here, I'm like, it's really not as bad as you think it is. It's really not. You're just gonna suffer a little bit. And the results are amazing. Every person is different. I want to say that. Every person is different on braces and whatnot. Within just 5 months, you can see the difference of how much they have moved. And holy cow, like, they have massively moved from my, and I took pictures, I'll post them right here. I took pictures of when I first got them on, before I got them on, and when I first got them on, I took them. So that's what my teeth used to look like. And it's only been 5 months, and my teeth have massively moved, and we're only on my second wire change. I was supposed to get another checkup last month, but unfortunately our town locked down and everything with all this craziness going on. But I think we rescheduled one for this month. It's going really, really well. I'm taking care of my teeth. I'm brushing them. I have a water pick that I use. I will say in the beginning of using the water pick, it's not comfortable. Like, I had to start with a low setting and then eventually work my way up to a higher setting for the pick. And yeah, my gums have bled in the beginning when I first started because of the fact that, you know, I'm not used to flossing. I've never flossed, and that is shame on me. You should actually floss. But the problem that I was having with flossing is the fact that my teeth were so stuck together, and I would break the floss within and even the ones that are like shaped like C's, those floss picks or whatever, those didn't work for me either. I'd break probably about 3 of them before I got halfway through my mouth, you know, and I hated doing it. It was a pain. So to combat that, and the fact that I definitely did have to floss, especially because of the fact that I have braces and all that. So my mom and I went to the store because I don't have a vehicle. I don't drive. So yes, I'm 28 years old and I don't drive. Don't like cars. And I can't multitask. That's another story for another day. If you're curious of why I don't drive, please, by all means, I'll do a video on that if you're curious. But, so my mom took me, and I got to pick out my personal water pick and stuff like that. I think we bought it online. We had to because they were out of the one that I wanted, and I was like, that's the one I want. The only problem is I wish I would have gotten the wireless one because the one that I have has a cord and it's very hard to angle it in some spaces. But other than that, the only other problem I have with my braces is I would have to say food gets in them constantly. It gets okay, so this is the side of my mouth, but I'm going to demonstrate it up here. It gets right up top, and it just sits there on the side of my mouth. It gets here, and it just sits there in the racket. I cannot eat any form of string noodles whatsoever. If I do, I have to really chop it up with scissors because I have literally hooked it inside my braces and went to swallow it and choked. Yeah, it was kind of it was very scary. So those types of noodles are out entirely. I have had beef jerky recently, but I basically broke it into really, really small pieces, enough that I can just kind of chew on it a little bit, and then I swallow and away I go. Just be smart when you're eating things with your braces, obviously. Definitely nothing gooey or chewy, obviously. Nothing that is going to get stuck in them, so like taffy, gum, none of that. Good thing I don't care for gum unless, I have bad breath, but that was years ago that I ate a lot of gum, and now I don't. Yeah, I haven't eaten gum since my teenage years. And that I can just replace that with mints, really. Nothing too hard, obviously. I can't bite into an apple. I have to cut that apart. Be smart of how you eat. I did have, during Thanksgiving of last year, I did have an incident with one of my, I think it's called a bracket. Yeah, this thing right here, I had an issue with it. I think it was on this side of the mouth. I took my finger and I was cleaning with my finger, to get the food from underneath and above, and apparently my finger just went across it just right, and it popped. And it wasn't like severe pain, but it was like it was kind of like releasing tension, and it just went like that type deal. I don't know how to explain it. It just kind of popped off the tooth, and it was a bit of a shock because I felt it go kink in my mouth, and a little bit of pain shot through me. It wasn't like massive, but it was enough to be all like, ooh, that doesn't feel good. And then I had to put a lot of wax on it, because literally this piece that was on this side was just rotating on the band. It was just, and I was playing with it with my tongue, which wasn't a good thing because of the fact that I actually caused my tongue to have abrasions on it because I wouldn't stop playing with it. It's just something I do. I mean, it's the same thing if I had a kernel in my tooth or whatever. I would try and get it out or whatever instead of going to get my toothbrush, which I should do, and just I would sit there and play with it. But that's the same thing with this. I don't know what it was, but my tongue liked to do that, so you gotta be careful with that. So right after it happened, I immediately put the wax on it and covered it up and pinned it to the tooth for the time being, which I was fine with until they could get me in to actually fix it. Make sure you know your emergency call center because I spent about probably a week, almost 2 weeks, before I could get a hold of anybody when that happened, because it was during the holiday and whatnot. And so I officially got the emergency number written down for when it happens again. After replacing my wire with a new wire with a little bit of a thicker wire, they did mention about the piece that I did tell them about the piece that fell out, and I said I really hope that we don't have to put it back in there, because since I'm not used to having my piece, that piece was like bothering me every time I ate. It was giving me a little bit of a problem when I eat things. Considering the times that I did have that piece in, I lost probably about 10 pounds. I'm not kidding. I lost a little bit of weight because of it. Not that I'm an unhealthy weight. I'm teeny. So, and I mean I walk everywhere. So I'm not getting into that topic. It's whatever. If I stop drinking soda and doing my terrible foods, maybe I'd be a little bit happier with myself. But anyways, back on the topic of braces. I get off topic a lot. It's not intentional. It's all like, oh look, that'd be a great video to talk about, or hey, I don't know why I mention things like that sometimes. But anyways, I'm doing good. I really am. I will say, the other thing that's bothered me too, for sure, without a doubt, would definitely be, I can't put my vampire fangs in for cosplay. For several months, I fought with myself on actually doing cosplays. I didn't want to do cosplays. I hated doing it. It was kind of like a little bit of a body dysphoria, kind of like when I look at myself in the mirror, I have a body dysphoria and I think that I am this huge when in reality I'm not. I have a body dysphoria with that. So I don't know if I want to put it in the body dysphoria category or if I'm saying it right, but anyways, I didn't want to cosplay because of my braces. Several months went by, and I got my Akali cosplay in, and I was like, you know what? The only thing I'm going to cosplay is anything with a mask. If I could cover my braces, I would do it if I could cover my face and not have to deal with people seeing that I have braces. And then it kind of came down to some of my cosplay tutorials that I want to do have fangs. And I can't do fangs because of it. But, as you just recently saw, I haven't let it stop me. Like, it's really annoying and it's really ticked me off and it's really bummed me out as a cosplayer because I don't know. And then I started watching more TikTok videos and watching other people who did cosplay who had braces. And I'm like, you know what? If they can do it, I can do it too. It doesn't matter if I have a metal mouth or whatever. It's the performance that I want to show off. It's the look I want to show off. Yeah, I have braces, big whoop-de-doo. And it's really bummed me out for my drag shows too because I want to do my fangs. And I want to do this demon look. You know how many times I've been called an elf because of the fact that I don't have my horns and fangs? Like, seriously, it's ridiculous. I'm trying to find a better set of horns for my OC for drag, but I can't find anything that's good. And with the fact that I'm currently jobless because of the stupid crap that's going on right now, makes it very difficult. But it just discouraged me for months on end of not wanting to be able to cosplay. I think as of this month, I have officially got back into cosplay and said, I don't care. I don't give a flying F whatsoever. I'm going to do it. I'm going to get back into my TikToks. I'm going to get back into cosplay again. And I don't care. I don't care. I mean, I went and did volunteer work probably like 2 months ago. I did volunteer work and the kids were smiling at me and she's like, you got braces. Aurora, you have braces. And I'm all like, yeah, you know, a princess has got to have pretty teeth too. You know, it felt really good to know, you know, these kids don't really care. They're all like, I have braces too. You know, and I like really, really, really awesome kids that came up to me while I was donating my time as a Disney princess. And it was great, you know. So if the kids can see past my braces, I should be able to possibly see past my braces. And I'm getting better. I will say, for long periods of time of talking, I have like a lot of saliva. Like, it's ridiculous. But my lips will dry out way quicker. I noticed that too. But that's pretty much it. I have, like, if you're gonna go and do braces, do them because you want to. I can't stop smiling anymore. I used to hate my smile. I really, really used to hate my smile. Now I can't stop looking in the mirror and looking at how amazing they look. And, you know, I'm pretty sure that with the rate that they're moving and whatnot, I'm pretty sure it's only going to be 3 years, maybe 4 tops. We'll see what they say. But like, I can't stop. And it feels so good. And yeah, I can't wait to get the damn things off so I don't have to deal with digging out food with my finger anymore. But, and eat the foods that I long to eat. Even though I still eat popcorn just a little bit. I just make sure that it's not hard. Because they don't want you crunching down on the seeds. But it's worth it. It's going to be worth it for my cosplays. It's going to be worth it for my princesses. It's going to be worth it, like, down the road, man. I have no regrets. Like, in the beginning, yes, I hated myself. I hated myself to the point where I just wanted to go back and be all like, take them out. I'm done. But after 5 months, it's been that long, 5 months of having them in and going with the struggles of how to go about eating things. Like I told you, I had to push the food all the way back just to eat. Now I don't have to anymore. Like, it takes getting used to. And the pain doesn't last that long. I think the pain lasted me, the first time I got them done was like 3 days. 3 days. And even on the third day, it wasn't that bad. It was like not that big of a deal. And it's not that painful. It's just uncomfortable. And it gives you a bit of a headache. But other than that, it's not that bad. And even getting my new wire in and whatnot, I had to go with, actually, that time around for the pain was only 2 days. And on the second day, I hardly felt anything. Like, it was a little bit of when I woke up, and then I took something, and it was gone the rest of the day. It was only the first day that I had problems. So, and my mouth has gotten used to me talking, and it's grown calluses and or whatever you want to call it inside my mouth, so I can talk like there's no tomorrow now, so you don't have to worry about never talking. I will say though, the other thing that bothers me too is when I sleep, I wake up and I literally have to peel my cheek off of my braces. Like, it's like suction cup to my teeth, and I have to literally get a thing of water every morning and swish it around to slowly peel off my my cheeks from my brackets. The other thing too is that in the beginning I was worried about brushing my teeth and gently doing it. And not sure, you just brush your teeth normally. You want to get up top, you want to get up in the bottom, and then you just go across. After you go to the top and the bottom, in between the brackets. So you want to go here, and you want to go here when you brush, and then just brush normally after you're done. I mean, don't push too hard, obviously, because then it's just painful for you. But don't be afraid. If you break a bracket, it's not that big of a deal. It's not the end of the world or anything like that. They will fix it. So you just call them up, setting up an appointment, and away you go. So, but this has been my new open-minded take after 5 months of having my braces done. I decided to do this video. So, yeah. I hope this enlightened you a little bit if you want to see how bad I was in the beginning of everything. Like I said, my pictures I just showed you of how my teeth were to now. Like, I'm pretty impressed with them. So, but yeah, if you want to see how dramatic I was in my first video, go check it out. I'll put it in a playlist of these two videos side by side. So, I'm your host, Keyblade Kyrie 2010. Thanks for listening to me ramble and rant about my braces and how I've been doing with them. I thought it was something that needed to be addressed because it's been 5 months since I last posted about my braces and everything. So yeah. They did say that they were going to possibly put that piece back in. We'll see what happens. Who knows? I might do another update video later on down the road. After my 1 year mark of having them, maybe. And then I might do one more, depending on if they get them off that day or if not, you know, whatever that they decide to do. I'll do a video after I got them off, the process. I'll talk about that, obviously. And if I have any other stories to tell you about my braces. So, alright guys, I am your host, Keyblade Kyrie 2010. Thank you guys so much for all your support and love. Like, holy cow, I appreciate you guys so much because you guys have been helping me get through this craziness that's been going on in the world. Like, seriously, thank you for communicating with me and commenting and stuff like that and keeping my spirits up. And, oh, thank you. I appreciate it. So, be safe, guys. I love you from the bottom of my heart. I do. Keyblade Kyrie 2010 signing out. Game on, gamers, cosplaying cosplayers, and we'll see you in the next video that I decide to either post on cosplay tutorials or my next gameplay, which is still currently Life is Strange 2 right now. I will be working on a Collie's cosplay tutorial from KDA, aka also from League of Legends. But I'm missing one. I'm missing two pieces. I'm missing the shoes and I'm missing her choker. I think I can go without the shoes because this whole COVID shit. Basically, they canceled my shoes on Amazon and I am unable to get those shoes. So I'm like, whatever. I got the money back from my shoes and I went and bought something else. But I am missing her choker and that is still in the mail currently. They haven't canceled my order. They haven't told me anything about it, so I'm still missing that piece. But I might do it without that last piece. We'll see, because she's got a lot of stuff that I have to add. Anyways, so this video is way too long, but yeah. See you in the next video, guys. Bye! I'm sorry. I'm pleased to say that I can actually eat them without any problems.